Hey everyone, this is Rosemarie at the Unfinished Lesson. Today we're going to be looking at how to create a social media image using Canva. Today I'm focusing on the iPad app, however there is an online version as well. Once you open up the app, you can choose a design that you would like. So these are different templates and already set up for you. Today we're going to focus on a Facebook post. So I'm going to tap that and it will open up a new design for me. At the top it says Facebook post untitled design. I want to change that, so I've double tapped it, which brings up my keyboard, and then I press the X button to change it. Once I'm done typing, I will either hit the blue done button or the keyboard at the bottom right with the arrow down. Once I've pressed my done button, I go back into my main screen. Here I have a few options in terms of templates, and they're all listed on the left. If I slide with my finger, I can move up and down the list of them. You'll notice some say free and some say they have a coin with a 1. The ones with a 1, those are $1. For today, I'm just going to choose this image. So by tapping on it, it automatically appears in my screen. I want to change the text, so I'm going to tap it to select it, double tap it to bring up my keyboard, and then because all the text is already selected, I don't have to delete it. I can just type in. And then I'm going to press that keyboard down and copy. So you'll notice they give you a few options. How I'm moving this image is I'm holding it and then sliding my finger on the screen to where I want it to go. And once I've got this one, I'm going to copy again and slide and move that particular image. So if you know you're going to use the same type of font, it's a good way to go. So I've double tapped the text box and I type in 15. At the top of my keyboard on the left hand side it says Oswald. For Oswald, that's our font type. There's lots of options between A and Z, but well, maybe not Z, pretty close to it though. There's so many options, you will have a font for everything. I'm choosing Alpha Slab 1 today. Next, our font type is our font size, and you'll notice there's a little a and a big A. By pressing the big A, I'm going to make my font bigger, and that will make it stand out a little bit more. Next to that is bold and italics. We can't use them with this particular font type, however we can with other ones, and I'll show you later. And next to that is a white circle, and that's our text color. I want to change the color bit slightly, so I'm going to press that plus button, and it brings up a multicolored circle, which if I slide my finger on it, I can change the color. And there's a slide at the bottom to just change the hue ever so slightly. Well, depending on how much you slide it. All right, and once I'm done, I'm going to tap away from it. Go. And it'll save those colors for you. And then I'm going to change that last text box at the bottom by tapping it, and then I double tap to bring up my keyboard and change the wording with an exclamation mark. And then I press my keyboard down. Overall, this is coming along really well, but the quote mark at the top doesn't really fit with what I've got going on. So I'm going to tap that, and then I'm going to press the garbage can to delete it. There you go. Albert Einstein may have said we are live in 15 minutes. However, it isn't what I want to appear on my Facebook image, so I'm going to tap and then double tap to select the text and bring up my keyboard and change the wording on that. And so I just type it in. And the font size seems a little small, so I'm going to go back to my font size and press that big A. And then I want to change it up a little bit, so I'm going to press italic. By pressing italic, it just gives a little bit of difference. And then I'm making it a little bit bigger. Next to those options, you'll notice that there's alignment options, left, center, and right. Once you're done selecting it, press that keyboard on your bottom right and tap away so you can get an overall sense of what it looks like. I'm going to move that CU there by once again holding it or tapping it, and then hold it as I move it. Once that part is done, there we go. I'm looking at this text box and I'm not really crazy about the color, so I'm going to press that circle again, the colored circle, and this time I want to go blue, but not this shade. So I'm going to press the plus button and use the slide to get it to where I would like it. So overall, this is looking pretty good. Normally, I would recommend adding your studio website address. Most of the time, you want to make sure that's on all of your images. If I press on the search button under Designs, I have a few options. I could add in free photos. In this case, it's going to be a little busy, so I won't be adding one. And if I tap free photos again, it closes it. And then there's grids and frames. These are fantastic for student photos. And if I slide down, I can even put a student photo in a cell phone or on a computer screen, which sometimes students find kind of fun. The other options that I really use a lot of is shapes, and lines is the one next to it. Illustrations and icons are fabulous, but it can be difficult to find what you're looking for. So a great way is to use the search function at the top, and you can type in what you're looking for. It will give you free and paid options. In this case, I've decided to use the barred eighth note. So I press my finger on it and drag it over, and when I lift my finger, it drops it, which is why this is called a drag and drop program. If I put my finger on one of the corners and go in, it makes it smaller. And if I was to move my finger out, then it makes it larger. Tap it again and hold, you're able to move it around. You'll notice that there's a curved line at the bottom. If I touch that and then move my finger, it allows me to tilt the object. I'm going to copy and move these barred eighth notes so that I can create a little bit of a design. And then I can resize or make them however I want. This automatically saves on the app and online as well. So it's kind of nice knowing you're not going to lose your work. If we look at the top left-hand corner by Designs, there's an arrow that points left. What if you want to undo what you just did? If you press that button, it will undo something, and then the arrow to the right will redo it. Go. So I think we've got a decent design here. Again, remember, you probably want to put your studio website at the bottom. That way, if it's shared beyond Facebook or whatever social media channel, people know where to go for more information. The top right-hand corner, I'm going to press download, and you can choose to download the image or download a PDF. And there's a few options. In this case, I only have one page, so I'm not worried about it, but I want to download the image, so I'm going to tap that. And once it's downloaded, then it opens up for me. If I hit the share button at the top right-hand corner, I have a few options. I can put it right into Facebook, I can save the image, and I can do a variety of other things. Or you can hit the done button, and then you're back into Canva. So that's a bit of an overview of the program, and I hope you really like it. Thanks for watching. Remember that this is part of a guest post over at timtopham.com. I'll be including a link in the notes below. And if you are looking for more tech ideas, if you're looking for teaching ideas for your studio, feel free to head over to theunfinishedlesson.com. Thanks for watching.